Welcome back, guys. This is me, Be the Change with Valerie Atkinson. So, have you ever thought of why you allow yourself to go back to the past and why it's so hard to let go? I think we've all been there, right? Let's talk. So, recently, I realized how I wanted to make sure I was fully moving on, but a part of me was still there. And I think now I'm starting to realize or starting to come to terms with that one thing that you fear that you don't even know yet is because you're just so unaware of what's going on for you now. So recently I had someone reach out to me, saying, "Hey, I was thinking about you. How are you doing?" Of course, I looked at this message probably once. Within the 15 minutes, I wanted to reach out, but then a part of me was like, yeah, I don't think I want to do that no more. And you're probably wondering, I'm sure you've reached out to people before, Val, which I have. I think the only person that I've particularly just reached out to recently was probably one of my old, I would say it's a friend because we dated, but it just never worked out. It was basically he would ghost me and come back when he felt like it. But I think at this point I kind of figured it out that his intentions were nothing more than that. So it was pretty clear. And to me, I've emotionally moved on already at this point. And I think at the point where when I reach out, it's because I'm bored. So ladies, I'm going to help you out with this. Honestly, I think we've all been there. We get lonely, we get sad, and we feel like we want to talk to people. And just because you feel comfortable with these people is because you've already explored that avenue. So I'm here to tell you, in order for you to reshape your way of thinking and allowing yourself to just be now, you're going to have to let go of those things, right? So slowly but surely, you're going to feel liberated one by one. I don't expect you to do this by tonight. I don't expect you to do it by tomorrow, but I had a big epiphany moment today, as a matter of fact, because I was cleaning and I was just reorganizing, trying to get ready for my daughter's first birthday party. I'm going to have something intimate here for her. And I felt good because I was cleaning, but at the same time, I was a little overwhelmed because I'm trying to have her and the kids, being at home. And it's crazy because this message came right through that spur of time because I was doing things for myself in my home. And it's true, the minute you start getting busy and the minute that you start letting go of thinking and just doing what you have to do, you necessarily step away and you're just allowing the universe to give you what you need at this time. And yeah, I'm a firm believer of that. So when this person reached out, I was like, I just can't repeat this anymore. I'm not going to keep myself stuck in a cycle. And I'm not going to continue to feed any of that energy to someone who just didn't respect my time. However, this person was genuine at a point in time, but it just doesn't feel right for me to keep prolonging this a little longer. I haven't heard from this person in months, and it's just it just comes to show I'm sure he got bored or whatever. What's the point of him reaching out? I don't really care now. I don't. And I don't care to reach out. I don't care to tell him what's been going on in my life. There's a lot that has been happening, but I'm at this point in my life where I just don't care for opening myself up to people that just didn't care for me in the beginning. That's part of letting go. And I'm not here to judge him. I'm not here to say how now, why now, right? Because at this time it's no, I just don't care for it anymore. I really don't. Hands down, I've come into terms where I'm happy with where I'm at right now. I'm healing and I'm continuously doing the work within myself, reflecting on how I feel about certain things and situations and how I don't want to feel moving forward. Because at the end of the day, ladies, we are who we are. Yes, we have feelings. Maybe there was something that at that point you were waiting for this person to reach out. But entirely like, what were you waiting for? Someone to give you attention, someone to give you time of day, when you could have just easily given it to yourself from the get-go. And I'm starting to clearly see now what I want in my next relationship. And I want consistency. And I want someone who's going to be honest with me, respectful, loving, compassionate, empathetic, and someone who's going to be able to communicate, with me about anything, right? Like, instead of you ghosting me, instead of you like rejecting me, instead of you attacking me or saying things that are inappropriate at the heat of the moment, that I should not have to deal with that. So I'm in this part of my journey where I'm going to let several people go, and it's not going to affect me because I already know what I want at this point in time. And I'm not scared to show myself that time no more, because I was scared for a long time because I didn't know what that felt like to let go of things. And I'm starting to let go of a lot of things that I have, gone through in my life. And it's just like I've had the time to really mourn all the people that have done what they've done to me. And I'm okay with it now. I accept it, each one and every one of you guys. And that goes for those that probably still stalk me, still probably look for me, still probably looking at my social media, spying on me on YouTube. I bet it feels like, wow, like she went and moved on. Yes, I am moving on. I am so happy that I'm moving on. I'm so happy that I'm giving myself that closure and acceptance of like nothing matters to me more than me being respectful to myself and being gentle with myself and being kind to that beautiful self that I am. And the letting go has come very, very, very genuinely strong for me, because I used to be the type of person that used to keep and keep and keep. And it's like, and slowly but surely I started like removing people from my life. Like that goes to friends too, that yes, meanwhile we had a good time, and no, nothing towards them. I am going a different side of myself that I did not want to see, and reflecting on the things that I knew that I should have worked on years ago. But it's time. The time has come, and it's time to lay those things to rest. And I think a big part of me also like fully woke up to herself, like I was not aware of how I felt. Maybe because at that time I was ignorant and I wasn't self-aware. And I just now want to attract people that are doing the same thing that I am. And that's people who are doing the work, people who are willing to communicate, people who are willing to express themselves comfortably like I am right now with you, and without judgment. Because at the end of the day, vice versa, if I was in someone else's shoes, and I hope that you don't feel any way by me telling you this, but thank you for the lesson. Thank you for teaching me what I needed to see within myself that I wasn't telling myself at that point in time. And thank you for allowing me to grow. And thank you for allowing myself to give myself that opportunity of growth. Because, ladies, I feel like you should allow yourself to come forward and be comfortable with yourself. And when you start to get uncomfortable, this new you is going to start to see the things that you just didn't want to see. And I love this because like letting go has really made me realize like I just don't control life anymore. I don't control who speaks to me now. I don't control an outcome. I don't control past karma, like, being revengeful with someone or being ugly to someone. Like, I'm simply at this point in my life where if I know I did nothing wrong, then I'm not going to feel sorry for you acting this way, because you should allow yourself to know what actions you take upon yourself. And I now know not to mirror that energy back to myself and feel some type of way. And also to reflect on my feelings at that same time, right? So instead of me trying to cause chaos, I don't want that chaos in my life anymore. I allow myself to really think about how to view how someone speaks to me and how to take it and what not to take from it. So you have to learn the process of letting go, and that comes in all aspects of life. That comes in love, career, daily things that you do for a living, and what you do on your daily day, right? You can either accept what is right now or let go of what is right now. And I think both of those, acceptance and letting go, is probably the most beautiful thing you can do as a human being. And not seek for answers. Don't seek for answers, y'all. Trust me. You want to know why this person did leave you, or why this job left you, or why this thing is happening to you. There's not always a why to that, And I think I'm in this point in my life where I'm okay with what happens today. Like, I'm not worried about tomorrow or the day before anymore. I've just got so exhausted when I was allowing that to just really affect me mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. I've actually gotten closer to God, and I've been praying a lot to him, and he's been listening to me. And I think I'm starting to build a relationship with him at this point in time by praying and allowing myself, that courtesy. Because I know that a big part of me now has grown to see the other side of it, or the other view of it, and not be so closed off. And I feel like the moment that you start to feel that part of just being, it's going to be something changing in your life for the better, for the highest good, for your highest good. So I just wanted to let you know, if someone reaches out to you any time of your life moving forward after you listen to this podcast today with me, you have a choice. You've worked so hard on yourself, and why would you allow someone to come back in when they didn't respect your time at that moment? Remember, timing is precious. Your time is precious. You worked hard to get to where you're at now, to create that peace and clarity of mind. For someone to come in just to think that they can come in just because they feel like it, when they feel like it. No, sir. No, ma'am. Give yourself grace. Give yourself love. And just allow yourself to be. And I know a lot of people are going to come backing at me, backlashing. Well, that's messed up. Like, you're basically ghosting them. You're not. No, because no. I'm not here to be at odds with someone. I'm not here to get even with anybody. But the fact that you just left and just wanted to just go, you made a choice that day. And that's facts. Like, you made a choice. And I also made the choice to do what I needed to do to reflect on my actions and how I felt based off what your decision was at that point. So please, ladies, remember, that same person who put you in a situation allowed themselves to just leave your life for themselves. And that is fine. And it's okay. No matter what the circumstance was, they made a choice, and don't come back and repeat what that choice was for them. Because when you allow someone to come back just when they feel like it, this person will get comfortable and just feel like they have access to you at any point in time in your life. And then that's where you need to stop. You don't have that time for just anybody but yourself. Have grace for yourself. Have empathy for yourself. Have love for yourself. Because the minute that you start showering people with just access, guess what? You get energetically drained every single damn time. And nobody bothers to hear you out. Nobody bothers to see how you're doing. Nobody bothers to see how life has been. Remember that. Remember who your real people are, who your friends are, and who's really there to love you unconditionally. And regardless of what's going on, they're there for you. They ask how you're doing. Those are the type of people you need to keep around, not the people that just feel like coming in when they feel like it and have access to you just because now you're doing better and that they see you're doing better. Don't let anybody leech off your energy. Letting go is a part of beauty, and letting go is part of surrendering. A part of you is now allowing yourself to grow and be more responsible with your actions and how you move forward in life, and have that acceptance within yourself. Because once you accept yourself, that's the most honorable thing that you can do on this life. Then everything else is going to start to accept you. Remember that and hear that clearly. The minute you start to accept yourself, everything else accepts you. You hear me? Anyways, I wanted to share this today. It's a little short episode because it just happened to me, and I said, listen, let's talk about it. Everybody got to hear the tea. Everybody got to know what's been going on. Everybody need to know what it is to do and not go back to that. Okay? Anyways, I want to say thank you for those that stay tuned in and listened on my episode today. Again, if you would like to continue listening to the episodes, make sure you subscribe, follow. I also do Q&A. I also do look at the comments, so feel free to reach out whenever. Anyways, much love and light to you guys, and thanks again.